Yeah, morning.
Good morning.
All right, so we'll jump right into it with new gen. We keep talking to you about this boxwood, but I think it's well worth the time. The new gen is all about boxwood blight resistance, plus also it has great resistance for facilities and some other things. Very tough boxwood out there through its breeding. This one here, Independence, is more, probably grows a little more like a velvet would grow. So very similar to that type of growth pattern. I'd probably call it, I've probably said this before, but I'd call it between a winter jam or not winter jam, but green jam and a velvet. So it's halfway between those two. So the great thing about it, compared to a velvet, is we don't get that margin, that yellowish margin that happens in velvet. We do not see that at all with Independence or the Freedom. And then obviously you get the high-end benefit of being boxwood blight resistant. So we have 3,200 of these still available. You can see there, great size, great value. So keep pushing that, and I think people will be very happy with this box. Bux's Cranberry Creek. There we go. So Bux's Cranberry Creek. This is, we listed as a 24, but you can see there we're over the 24. This is a Willoway introduction, so it was selected here at Willoway. When we have it in the bigger sizes, you're not going to have a program pot with it, but it's typically in the Plants at Work program. And you can see here we had 800 of these. I know people are still out there clamoring for more large Green Mountain, which we're out of right now, but Cranberry Creek is great. It has that height. You do have to be a little careful going way up north with it. But for most of our ranges, it's a great plant. We've had it outside here at the nursery for a long time. We've had it in the test gardens. Really haven't seen any issues with it. So, but we do recognize that it has a little bit softer leaf, so it could have a winter burn issue far up north. So, but we have 800 of these, excellent size. Hopefully you can push that as a substitute. Cornerspale Halo next. So this is a number 2. You can see here this is a heavy number 2. We don't have currently have a 3 right now, but we do have these really nice heavy number 2s. This was late season photo. The crop looks really good. We're out there taking a look at it. It looks great. No dead branching or dead sticking in it. So, looks like we came through winter really nice with it. We shut them. That's more to do with the fall. If, they need to shut down in the fall correctly, which they did this year, which was really good. So we have 900 plus of these available. I know that people are still out there really wanting a 3. I understand that. We just don't have it. I wasn't really able to secure them anywhere. But I think that they won't miss a beat with this too, with the size. So keep talking about the size on it. It's definitely not 12-inch. Cheryl, let's look at, we could change that size on there. That might be an issue too. So we could up that size to more like an 18-inch to better reflect its height. So that might, looking at that now, that might be a little bit of the issue. But wanted to show you the size, how great they are, and we'll keep pushing there. Next, Cotoneaster piculata. There we go. So there again, excellent sizing on this crop. Cotoneaster seems to be falling out of favor a little bit. People are kind of moving in different directions in their landscapes, things like that, but it still has its uses. It's extremely tough. It can take just a wide range of soils. It's drought tolerant. It can handle a little bit of wet feet. you know, this is the plant that you plant out there where you want something to look good. You're going to get that little bit of pink flower, which is kind of cool. And you just plant it and you can forget about it. You don't have to do a lot of work with it, and it can take a lot of abuse. So next to driveways, next to sidewalks or parking lots, you know, this still has a lot of uses. So we do have 500 of that size available. So next one is just some direct sales items that came in over the last week we wanted to show you. So we have Bailey first off, which is a non-variegated. So this is just a straight green leaf. And we do have some availability still on those. The Dow Whiting, Chamaecyparis Dow Whiting is next. You have them sold, but we just wanted to show you what they look like. They look great. I was real happy with the quality that came in. So no worries there. So if you have the Dow Whiting sold in that 2 gallon, you can see there that it has a great size for a 2. So people will be very happy with that. Emerald and Gold, also the same thing. They are sold out, but we were very pleased with the quality that came through. You can see the gold margins in there. That gets a lot more pronounced as we get more sunlight and we heat up. And then Juniper Buffalo, those are available. We brought it in because we were having trouble with our crop, really was the reason why. But we were able to get these, and they were excellent quality. You can see there. You know, we tend to use Buffalo because people still want Broadmoor. They want that type of juniper out there. It's kind of old school, but it amazes me that people still grow Broadmoor. I will never grow Broadmoor again, but that's why we went to Buffalo. Buffalo gives you that same type of growth and shape, and it doesn't get all of that tip blight in it. Broadmoor is horrible for that, but it gives you that shape and it gives you all that resistance to tip blight. So Buffalo is an excellent choice for a juniper, especially when you got somebody that's looking for Broadmoor, some of the old greens that we just don't grow anymore because of the tip blight issues. We might have talked about this a little while ago, but we'll bring it up again. Just just how great they look. They were getting in there. I got to poke my head in that house. You know, we do give these some extra care. We have some inside plastic tents, and we give them extra water, and the crop looks excellent. So, you know, you're just going to have this great size, nice foliage. They came through winter looking really good. A lot of times, you know, people push out there, they defoliate a lot. You know, they're kind of a semi-evergreen. But with what we do and the extra water and protection, we keep all that nice green foliage on there, so it looks great right off the bat. So we do have 1,700 available. This is a plant that we really need to push. Obviously, you can tell from the size. We don't want to keep this too long. So keep pushing that out there and see if we can get some more of these sold. Juniper Pronana, there again, excellent size. These were a bit short last year. I am seeing some availability out there other than our own, but that seems to be tightening. So keep talking about this plant. I think there's going to be a little bit of a shortage on the market there in that May period. I think for first round shipping, there's enough of them to satisfy everybody out there on the market. So that's what you guys are dealing with right now. You probably got people that are pulling plants out of Florida and cheaper zones, but just keep in mind the size, the quality of this plant. I think it's a plant that you're going to have to remember to keep talking about. It's easily forgotten, but I really don't see any more available plants for booking from our competitors. So bring this back up in conversation. Juniper, or I'm sorry, Thuja Green Giant. This is a 5 gallon. We list this as a 36 to 42. It's tipping 4 foot. Don't call it a 4 foot. you know, we went with that description for 36 to 42. You know, we wanted to be fair in our description. If somebody says it has to be 4 foot, you're going to have to walk away from that, or convince them to take it and make sure they see this photo. I don't want anybody to be disappointed. We don't have any 7s out there at this time available, but we do have this. It'll get them close. We have 400 left for booking, so take a look at that. There again, this crop came through winter looking really good, so pretty happy with that. All right, and last, viburnum spring lace. So this is an interesting plant. It gives you that kind of leatherleaf viburnum look, but it's more uniform than leather. You know, if you guys know leatherleaf viburnum, that sucker is wild. It's all over the place. So this gives you that look, but it's very polished. It's very uniform. It has a very rough leaf, but it's, you know, it's smooth. It's bumpy and almost, you know, that leathery, but it has a nice wax cutin on it. So it shows up really, really good. And it also has an excellent flower, fantastic flower. It is not fragrant. It's more for texture. Yeah, it has a very, very weak fragrance, but you cannot compare this to the standard fragrant viburnums like some of the other X hybrids like Carlisi and Cayuga and that kind of stuff. So, but it does get nice berries on it, so it's great for wildlife. You know, it gets a set of red berries. They go quick because the birds love them. They don't last very long, and you get that great white flower, and very tough. I mean, I think the plant is very tough. It is listed for zone 6. I think it's good for our area. This is probably a viburnum I wouldn't go too far north with. This one comes out of breeding from Durr. He worked on this quite a bit, and then got it into the first edition program. So I think it has a lot of uses out there in the landscape. It'd be great to see some of these move. Okay,